Hello.
Hello.
What is your name and major?
My name is Jay Emmerich, and I am a motion pictures major.
Nice, nice. So what do you know about a government shutdown?
A government shutdown is caused by people in government not finding something to agree upon, and so they then cause the government to shut down because they don't feel that there will be any, progression made on an issue. So that also leaves a bunch of workers in a position of needing to do a job but not necessarily getting paid to do it. And so sometimes that can allow them to sit and do their jobs for months, potentially, depending on how long the shutdown lasts. And then, yeah, they can hope that they'll get paid, but there's really no guarantee. And yeah, it's a tricky subject.
20.65 million Americans are employees of state and local governments. During the shutdown, they will be obviously affected. Most of them will either be laid off or they will have to work under a contingency plan until the government gets restored. And in a lot of cases, that means that sometimes they are not working with being paid. How do you feel about that?
I feel that that is a flawed system. You would go into government to accomplish skills to represent the people to the best of their ability, but when they can't even make a living because they're not getting paid, you can hope that a person goes into government not for the money, but people deserve to be paid. You can't expect people to do a good job if they're not getting paid. That feels like a flaw in the system.
Yeah, no, definitely. And kind of on the topic of that, the National Air Force Museum was forced to close during this government shutdown, like it usually is, due to lack of government appropriations. The Air Force Base and the museum are big, big for the Fairborn community. How do you feel about this closure and what it may cause for people working there?
The closure of the Air Force Base is disappointing. It's not really surprising. Again, given the state of everything, I think that that's also kind of just frustrating, given the fact that not just with the Air Force Museum exactly, but like with other things of a similar kind of placement in a small town, that removes the ability to do leisurely activities. And so that also can be because I know that it also causes like state parks to be shut down to some degree. Not necessarily in the way that you can't go to it, but like there's no one there to help you if anything goes wrong. And that's kind of that's not fun. I don't like that.
And then my last question for you. This government shutdown happened in particular because Congress couldn't agree on the fiscal year plan, which is generally how most shutdowns happen. What would you do, or what would you say if you were in Congress that could potentially prevent the government shutdown? Like, this question seems a little obvious, but
there's a need to swallow pride and reach across the aisle, regardless of what aisle that is. I think that there's a lot of division that once people realize the cost of that division, they might start to understand that it's not an us versus them kind of thing. It's are these people representing me or not? Yeah, I think that people should just, get over it. And that might be hard, but nothing easy is worth doing, so